Today we're going to take a little longer look, finally, at Scarborough Fair, which I also realized there's a little mistake in the first video I did on this. The picking pattern, we have a tablature here to the song available on the website, so hopefully it's in a link that you can click on right there next to the description of this video. But in any case, the chords, which I've talked about a little bit before, but I'll go over them again. The first chord is shaped like an A minor 7, which is your first finger, capo at the 7th fret, first finger at the second string 1st fret on C, 3rd string open, and the 4th string at the 2nd fret. Now that would be A minor 7. When we slide that up a whole step, we're going to call it something like A13 sus 4 or something. You know, I forget what we have there in the page. But so that's the first chord, and the second chord is an A suspended 2, played like A minor, but with your first finger off, leaving the 2nd string open. Now the picking pattern, and this is where I had an inaccuracy in the first lesson, goes from the 5th string open to the 1st string to the 3rd string, followed by your thumb again on the 4th string, then your middle finger on the 2nd string, and your first finger on the 3rd string again. So it's a 6-note pattern going thumb, ring, index, thumb, middle, index, and the thumb plays 2 different strings. I had the thumb and index finger reversed in the first lesson of this. Then the exact same pattern on the A suspended 2. Now in the intro though, we have one measure of the A13, then add your 3rd finger at the 5th fret of the 5th string and play the exact same pattern. We're adding a D into this chord. Then your 3rd finger just slides down to C, the 3rd fret of the 5th string, hits it, followed by the 2nd string and the 3rd string, and then the bass note moves down, those are both open, then the bass note moves down to the 2nd fret to the B before we begin the main little vamp in the song, which is this. And that's going to continue a lot as the song goes on. But here's the intro now, very slowly, just up until the vamp starts. And that's the end, then we're right into the A13. Vamp happens twice, and now we'd be at measure about 6 or so on the page, which is the beginning of the 2nd line, I think, depending on how it printed out. And this is the A13. This is where the vocals start. It's one measure of the A13 sus 4, followed by a measure of the A suspended 2, a G chord, so those picking patterns were always the same. Now on the G chord that happens here, all you need to do is put your 3rd finger on the G and the bass. You don't have to play any more of the chord because we're going to have some other stuff happening in here. And the first couple notes on that G chord are a pinch with the 6th string and the 2nd string. So the pinch with the thumb with the 6th and 2nd string, followed by the 3rd string, open G, your thumb coming to the open D string. Now your 1st and 2nd fingers here have to go down on the 2nd fret, 2nd string 1st fret, and the 2nd fret of the 4th string, making 2 notes that are part of a C chord. So the 6 beats, the 6 eighth notes in that measure are the pinch, 6th and 2nd string, 3rd string open, 4th string open, then the C and the E that you have to put down with your first 2 fingers here. Then they both come off, so those are pinched. They come off to a pair of open notes again, and then ends with an open G again. So that measure, and then right back to the vamp. One time. That's the first line of the song. That was the first 5 measures. Here that is again. The next line, and I'm not sure if we're really talking about the next line, but now we'll go to a C chord, is just played as a normal C chord with the normal picking pattern. Followed by an A minor with the normal pattern, to a measure that has 3 big pinches in it. A C chord, these are quarter notes now, D, and then just do the D again. So that measure is, so that, and then back to the vamp. Twice, I believe, now. So, the second line starts on the C? Yeah. C, A minor, C to D, vamp. Twice. Now the next phrase or line is back to the A13 sus4, plays 4 notes of it, and then doesn't continue, plays an A and a B in the bass, leading up to C. So that was, actually let me move this, take a look at that page. Right, so what we have is this. C, and then 3 pinches, notes descending in thirds or tenths really, where you have a C and an E, which is the 5th fret 3rd string, and a pinch with an open E. Then a B and a D. The B is at the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and the D is at the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then an A and a C. The A being open, 5th string, and the C on the first fret of the 2nd string. So that's 3 pinches, which are C and E, B and D, A and C. Those are at the speed of quarter notes, but each of those is followed by an open G. Okay, so that was our second measure of C, the 2 measures of C. Oops. Now we're going to a G chord, with it starting off with the same pinch as very similar to before, the G and the B. 4 notes there, going from the pinch, 6th string and 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string, back to the 3rd string, and then the C and the E that we had on before from the G chord. And then off, and then back on for the next measure, off again, to G in the bass. Here's those 2 measures of G. Do that one more time. I'll play it from the C. We have this. That whole line is 5 measures. Those 5 measures start with the A13 sus4. Hear that is one more time. Hopefully without the little blunder that happened right there. The last line is A minor, A sus2, this finger off. Just the normal pattern, going to a G chord with the same pinch, going from the pinch on the 5th, 6th and 2nd strings, 3rd string open, 4th string open, that same C and E that we needed before, and then the last measure, or the last measure of G, you hit the open notes again, then you hit them again open and hammer them on and pull them off. And the bass note again. So this last line is A minor, A sus2, G, and here's then back to the vamp. Now when I call something the last line, it doesn't mean it's the last line on the page. This song is broken up into 4 phrases. Each phrase was 1 line of lyrics. So we have the Are You Going to Scarborough Fair line is the first line, which is this. have the parsley, sage, rosemary, and fair line, which starts on C. A minor, C to D, and the vamp again. Now we have the Remember Me line, which starts with the A13 sus4, and leading up to the C. Then we have the last line, she once was or then she'll be a true love, whatever, which is an A sus2, G, with these little hammer-ons, and back to the vamp on the word mine. There you go, pretty much one whole verse of Scarborough Fair. All the rest of the verses are done pretty much the same. Not sure if this is not note for note the way Paul Simon did it. It's just a great way to play the song. It's probably 98% note for note though. So it has the main vamps in it and a lot of little runs and connected and stuff like that. So there you go. Thanks for coming to visit us here at Totally Guitars, and hope you enjoy Scarborough Fair.